Update for today, February the 11th. So today I actually worked in the schools. I taught third grade. Now, I most of the subbing that I do is actually like middle school, occasionally high school, occasionally like fifth grade. So third grade is a little bit younger than most of the teaching that I've been doing in the last about half a decade. That being said, the teacher in this room is, and this is one of those really cool small world moments. When I first started, when I first started with the retail company, and this is back in 2001, like when I first started, um, I was talking to my very first supervisor on my very first day, and I had mentioned I was interested in education is what I wanted to do, and he mentions, "Oh yeah, my wife's going to college to become a teacher." Well, 25 years later, this is her classroom, and super cool family as well. And so um, when I am offered to come and work in that room, I'm always happy to do so. And so yeah, it's sure I do middle school, but it's kind of fun to do something a little bit different, and you know, it's a different world. It's a different world, and I am really really happy to say that there are things that there are a lot of be on the lookout for things when you go into any room, and you read over the list of, oh my goodness, this could happen in here, this could happen. That's just kind of like what being a substitute is like. Well, today got to the end of the day, and this was almost a perfect day. Now, I'm going to be in the same room the next couple of days, and do I have any conception that there's going to be a repeat performance of a perfect day tomorrow? No, that's not how teaching works, and that's not how education works. But today, I don't know how it happened, but today was almost, like I said, almost a perfect day, and no behavior issues whatsoever. Quiet, like is awesome, and like so, way to go, third graders. Another kind of neat thing, by the way, about this particular school where I'm at, my whole like neighborhood is on a little slope. Very specifically, we are like right on the Columbia River. Like where I'm filming this is less than half a mile from the Columbia River, or about half a mile as the proverbial crow flies. And if you drive around the Columbia River or along the Columbia River on the Washington side, going from Vancouver, where I live, pretty much almost all the way, gosh, way down. We're talking the Dalles, maybe even. There is a cliff on the Washington side, and it's about central Vancouver where it starts, and it goes just miles and miles and miles. A cliff that gently slopes at the riverside. Live right on that cliff. Anyway, and so the neighborhood that I live, we kind of live on the side of that cliff. And no, I don't have like an ocean view or anything. That being said, the the school that serves this neighborhood also, by nature of being here, kind of looks over, the bluff towards the Columbia River Gorge, or towards the Columbia River. And so there's a half dozen or so rooms in this place that have really cool views, and this is one of them. If those trees weren't as tall, you could probably actually see the river from there, from this room as well. And if you look off there in the distance, that's actually Oregon. So you can be in a classroom and you can see the next state over in a classroom, which is, I don't know how many other schools have that ability anywhere, but this one does. And so pretty cool being in a room like that. And the other cool thing that happened in school today, at least in my opinion, this is cool. So the sub that had been in this room the last couple of days. Now, I had told you that because of this whole visit with my parents thing, or situation with my parents, I had reached out to the teacher involved here again, who I had known for like 25 years, and had asked her if, somebody else could take the Monday and the Tuesday of this week. And so anyway, I was talking to that sub, and she tells me that her child is actually a student at that same elementary in a fourth grade that I had been in earlier this year. And she tells me, yeah, so my daughter tells me that she's had you and that I should come and ask you how you do what you do as a sub because you're really good at managing classes. And super cool compliment. It just made me feel awesome. And yeah, I told her what I do, sure. And I don't consider myself any great miracle worker, but gosh, that's super flattering and made me feel awesome. So thanks to everybody involved with that as well. Today was like I said, mentioned perfect school day, but it was an early release day. A lot of the districts around here, I don't know if it's a statewide thing, nationwide thing, I don't know, have half days on Wednesdays, and this was one of those. And in this particular occasion, they didn't have any like special project or anything for me to do to fill out the rest of the teacher contract day. The regular teachers on these days have stuff that they're assigned to do. The subs not always, which means kind of got to sail out of there early, which after all this business with my parents, I need every extra hour I can get, so I was good with that. And beautiful sunny afternoon, as you saw in that picture as well. So what I do first, probably guessed it, go to the gym and manage to and finish my workout pretty much right at the time the regular school contract day ends. So it's like, all right, I'm ahead on things. And then I really felt like breadsticks. Sorry, Italian cuisine. So I went and ordered some breadsticks, spaghetti and pasta from Olive Garden, and brought them home and ate my breadstick Italian dinner, and which made me feel good. And then a couple of little updates here from things I'd mentioned casually in the past. One of my vehicles, the tire pressure stupid alert thing, even though I filled them to where they're supposed to be filled, took another whack at it, and that stupid alert is still on there. That particular car, however, is due for like a 5,000 mile kind of checkup. I'm going to be taking that in whenever I get the chance to. And they can tell me why that stupid tire pressure alarm keeps going off, even though they're filled to where they're supposed to be. Always something. And starting to get some color, I think. I went to the tanning place again today, and I told you about the tooth whitening strips. Use those again this evening. What do the young people call it? Do they still call it looks maxing? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm convincingly pulling it off. But anyway, whatever. Still trying to take pride in appearances, I guess. Let's see, with all this other stuff going on. The phone case saga I told you about yesterday pretty much resolved itself. That replacement packet, the replacement that I ordered yesterday showed up today, and I almost screwed it up once, but basically nailed it this time, and it fits properly, and there's no dust, and yeah, good resolve there. And I figured that this pack actually had 3 of them in there, so I could have messed up a couple of times, but of course I didn't at all. At least not this time. And finally, then spent an hour or so dealing with clutter. And, the crazy thing about clutter is that, you can move it around and it doesn't look like you're making any progress, even though you are. So I don't have any I'm done cleaning picture to show you yet, but hopefully sometime within the next decade or so I will. All right, with that, I'm running out of time. They're going to kick me out of here, so we'll cut it off there. Ciao for now, everyone. Talk to you tomorrow.